This fall, Bill Cosby returns to television with something new, own unique style.
You gonna be in there long?
Norton Furniture is here for you. Now, seriously, if you can't get credit in my store, you can't get credit anywhere. My name is Mark, and you can count on it.
540, join.
Join the fun. All have some.
Blow it up now, give it a whack. Turn up the fun with Balzac. Hit it.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show.
Lander, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's turn how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. 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 Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you in red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you Red Fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a Matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Cause you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today. Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we hit. They said we on. They said we strong. They said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we in. They said we on. They said we strong. They said we go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another installment of Everything Plus Gaming on TSWS. I'm Loke7, and joining me as always is this fine gentleman to my left. Oshus, how you doing? What you been playing?
Yo, I'm good, Luke. I'm a bit, what's the word, trepidatious to tell you what I'm playing. But what I
Trepidation.
have, yeah,
It's something saucy. It is something saucy. Please tell us. No. Now we need to know what it is. And I'm gonna put it up on screen. What you been playing? Come on.
the hint is it has a lot of purple in it.
Oh, the Veil God. Oh, that's disgusting. You should have look. You
You
should
don't
have been
get,
playing.
you
You
don't
should have
get
no,
purple
no, no.
in
You should
it.
have been playing one of those games that Steam had banned or something.
Oh,
That is nasty, nasty work. Playing Veil God.
thank you.
Oh,
I try.
that's-
And guess what's the worst thing? The
oh,
worst thing.
you are one dirty motherfucker. Yeah,
Guess
go
what?
ahead.
I am
What's the worst
enjoying
thing?
the fuck out of this game.
Oh, shit. Vincent Vega has it right. Boo this man. Boo this man. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh, Oshus.
I find myself
You
having
have
fun.
fallen. You
Uh,
have fallen. So you and Lucifer sharing toilet seats. It is so bad. God damn.
perhaps I treated Railgun too harshly.
Damn. Going out sad, bro. Going out sad. This is what happens. This is what happens. Playing the Veil God. Christ on a stick.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, finish. Finish your spiel. Finish.
No, I was just saying that, like, yeah, it's one of those things, man.
No, I want to know what you're enjoying.
Like I was telling Ty that like overall it's a very very polished and finished game. The gameplay is pretty tight.
Uh huh.
The especially the action parts of the gameplay. It's very very polished in that respect. Like the enemies are not as responsive, but that's a minor issue. The animations are fantastic in regards
Yeah.
to like the finishing moves, as well as overall just graphically, it's a pretty game. You know, like I don't like some of the artistic choices that they chose, but graphically, it's a very very attractive game. The hair and even like the facial textures are very good. So when it comes to graphics and when it comes to gameplay, very much a very good game. The problem is everything sort of falls apart once the characters start talking. Then yeah, then it's a bit of a shit show.
Okay. So the thing that makes an RPG, it fails at that.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's like saying, oh, Madden, oh yeah, the graphics are awesome. The
mm,
graphics are awesome. But as soon as you snap the ball and the players start running, it falls apart. It's like what?
yeah, pretty much.
The
Um,
main thing of why you would get a Madden game is broken.
so
Okay.
yeah, so like the writing is not great. It's not the worst writing. It's not like I was saying to him as well that like it's written like a Japanese light RPG. It's got
Don't you
that
dare.
it's got that.
Ushers, don't you dare wish this evil on the
Look,
sacred Japanese writing.
no Japanese
Japanese
light.
writing, even when it is camp, even Ushers, even
Yeah.
when it is bad, Japanese writing does not actually hate you.
Look, I've not gotten to any
You
of that stuff
stop.
yet.
No, no, no. We're not about to do this. We're not about to put the Veil Guards writing next to even the worst Japanese writers. Because at
Yeah.
least they appreciate everyone that wants to play the game.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what you just outlined. There is what's
This guy,
probably the worst things with the game.
Japanese writing. I
It's
can't
yeah,
believe you, bro. I can't. I don't have the capacity at this point.
yeah, man. Well, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun with it.
It's just stop. Just
Uh-huh.
stop. Just stop. I'm trying to
And
have a good time.
I'm
I'm
probably
trying,
gonna finish it.
on the screen, right? There was a nice little sizzle reel that was put up for one of my favorite franchises, and I'm in a good mood, and I was excited for today's show. Don't you fuck it up. Don't do it.
My bad, my bad.
Vincent Vega, welcome in. Have a seat. Always in here first. Always, guys. Come on, smash the like button.
Uh,
Smash the like button. Rachie, welcome. Says Vegas first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, Vince says he has a different YouTube account and he's view botting. Listen, if it's for the channel, just keep doing it. Keep doing it, Vince. It's fine. It's fine. Just keep doing it. Keep it under wraps. Right. So what I've been playing Metal Gear. Uh, and I encountered a a problem I didn't think I was going to ever encounter, Oshus. I have this
what's
setting
that?
on the app that I use. The app is called Medal.
Hmm.
I have this setting where it automatically will just capture all of my gameplay from start to finish of whatever game that I'm playing,
Yeah,
and essentially it just refused to capture. And I was like, "What's going on?" When I go to the app, it has this pop up that says you're running out of space on your PC. Please delete so you can capture some more. So I went to check on my captures, and dude,
hmm,
it's all there. There's like a 6 hour session over here, a 9 hour session over there, 2 hours, 3 hours. And what I've been doing, I have to confess, I've been like accumulating these, and I've been I'm forgetting the word, damn it. You know when you're always saying you're going to do something and then you don't do it. I'm going to do it, then you don't do it.
Yep, I do that
Ah,
all the time. Procrastinating.
procrastinating. I've been procrastinating. So what did I do? I've been accumulating these things, and the idea was for me to eventually put aside like 2 or 3 hours to start cutting these videos up and start scheduling them on Twitter. But I never did. So now I was actually forced to not play the game and start scheduling tweets. So that was pretty frustrating. That was pretty frustrating. Vince says too many games. Hell no, I am not uninstalling games when I've got hours and hours. Dude, I've got like 20 hours of gameplay just sitting in the Metal app, just sitting because I haven't chopped it up. So no, I'm gonna chop it up and I'm gonna schedule it, and then I'll get back to playing Metal Gear Saturday probably because it's a lot of hours. I don't think I'll be able to finish it tonight.
How's the
Uh,
game?
dude, I know people are bitching and saying it's unoptimized and all this other stuff. Metal Gear Delta, to me,
Yeah.
it's excellent. It is
Okay. Well, like,
excellent.
it's the same game, so of course, like I mean, like, but the graphic stuff and whatever is that how's
Exactly.
that is
Yes,
that those improvements worthwhile?
yes. I don't regret spending. I don't know. I think I spent like 140. I bought like the super edition of the game.
Oh,
And
but I saw that it was nice and cheap on Steam compared to console.
yeah, but I pre-ordered it months ago.
Oh,
Point is, I don't regret it at all. I know people are bitching about it, but I'm having a blast. And I'm still going through the campaign. There's still all those extras, and I want 100% this game. I'm going to be playing this game probably throughout next month, if I'm being
mm-hmm.
honest. So, yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm a happy camper. I'm a very happy camper.
No, that's awesome.
Vince, damn! Okay, Vince, tell us how you really feel. Look, you have to say Metal Gear in Japanese way like this. Metaru Ugiri. Bro main, fifth floor, welcome in. It says Helldivers almost, what? Helldivers almost 1 million on Xbox. Bro main, you know what? Let's just address this very quickly. Let's get this out the way. Because Ushers, I saw you talking shit about this on Twitter as well.
What's that?
Helldivers, up to this
Oh,
point, sold a ton more on Xbox than it did on PlayStation.
yeah. No, I was just remarking on the fact that like there are some ponies that are probably sweating bricks right now because they probably think that their next whatever darling of a game is going to end up on Xbox. That's like their worst fear.
It's a problem. Uh, for me, I don't know, man. I don't think there's a big takeaway to take from this or to get from this because at the end of the day, it's it's outselling the PlayStation for the first 6 days. Nothing can. I don't think we can make a conclusive, judgment on the game being on Xbox or the release of Xbox from the first 6 days. Come on.
I don't know. Like to me, why does that even matter? Like people are enjoying the game. That should be the takeaway. That yeah, the game is doing well. People are enjoying it. Let's move on. Aren't you guys the ones that are always saying that console wars and whatnot are silly?
Not on the PlayStation side. No. It's on the Xbox side that usually the conversation is, oh, the console war is dead, or
Yeah,
that
no.
it's silly, or that it's silly. But I feel like it has a lot to do with just inconvenience. It's inconvenient for the console war to still be going on for a lot of Xbox people, for a lot of Xbox fans. It's inconvenient. But as soon as it becomes convenient, like what's on here, right? As soon as this becomes convenient, suddenly, suddenly the Xbox guys want to talk about the console war. That's
Yeah,
how I
I'm
feel.
surprised because it's the same guys that are always saying, "Well, why are you guys mad? Don't you want to play your games everywhere?" I'm like, now you guys are bragging about console or things. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah,
What are we doing here?
yeah. You have to pick a lane. You have to pick a lane. Ty, welcome in, Ty. Smash the like button. This is Oshis' worst nightmare because it means Sony has more data, which will push them into putting more games on Xbox, meaning less exclusives. Oshis' imaginary barriers are vanishing. Facts don't care about your feelings, bro. God damn.
What is he on
Oshis,
about?
any response to essentially Ty is saying that all that bitching that you've been doing on TSWS and even on your channel, talking about Xbox, this, Xbox, that, does it really matter anymore considering everyone is now kumbaya?
No, but I don't care. Like to me, it doesn't matter. Like I
You
mean,
did care. No, no, no. You did
yeah,
care
but
at the
there's a
time.
difference between I care now or I did care. Like I don't care, bro. Like I've got everything that I like. I've got PS4, I've got Xbox, I've got PC. Why does it matter to me which box is selling what? Or like again, as I said to you guys, that like to me that stopped being important the day that Microsoft decided to put their stuff on PlayStation. So why should I still care? Why is that still important to me?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me for a second. So I was saying, yeah,
Yeah,
to
we're
me,
good.
it no longer
Okay, go ahead.
matters. I've moved on with my life. I've got other concerns.
Right, right. Okay. Rachie, thanks for bringing us the news. Says Madden 26 has a free weekend right now. So anyone interested in sampling Madden 26, go ahead, knock yourself out. Uh, all right, Ushers and Ty, y'all sort out your stuff in the comment section. Otherwise, we're not going to get to the news.
What is he saying? Hey, this is such a pro hater.
Kuluma naye in the chat. Well, Ushers sorts out
Oh,
the
there you go.
situation. As you can see on the screen, there was a new video, like snippet thing from Football Manager, and I have to say, I'm gonna try and keep it as brief as possible because I know this is a niche game that not everyone is into. I am a bit disappointed. I am a bit disappointed because the hiatus and skipping a year kind of insinuated to us that the idea that the plan was to bring up the graphics of the match engine to like FIFA levels. Maybe not FIFA 25 levels, but at least FIFA 20. Fuck it. FIFA 15, bro. Because this is bad. This is like the same fucking engine. They just polished it up a little bit. We skipped a whole year for you guys to polish the engine just a little bit. It's a fuck up of massive proportions. I'm very curious to find out what the real reason was for the delay or for the cancellation actually, because the initial thoughts was no, they're gonna redo the engine. This is the same fucking engine. The problem is I've been playing Football Manager for too many years. The players are still sliding on the pitch. You can see it. They're still sliding on the pitch when they should be walking, trudging the way you see it on FIFA, the way we've been seeing it on FIFA for 10 years now. So usually I'm super excited for Football Manager stuff. This, I'm kind of upset. I'm still going to buy the game. Don't get it twisted. I'm still going to buy the game. I'm just upset I didn't get FIFA 25 just so they could polish up this little turd just a little bit. It's not worth it. They should have just given us FIFA 25. That's all I wanted to say. Rachie, stop it with the accents. As Football Manager, the Sims edition once again. No, it definitely looks better than than like 24. It looks better, no doubt, but it doesn't justify skipping an entire year. It doesn't. Did they improve it in other ways? We don't know yet because they're like drip feeding us, Taya. They're drip feeding us. This is all they gave us on the official Football Manager channel. It's just like a video full of snippets, and they're saying fluid football and all this other bullshit. We didn't see what the in-game engine looks like, what the management looks like, what if they're gonna add in press conferences like we've been asking for. Not the fucking press conferences we've had before where it's like a bunch of empty chairs, right? But like where you actually see your manager and you see the reporters, etc. Right? We haven't seen none of that. All we've seen is this. This is all they've given us. So nothing. We don't have anything. Are you going to buy it if it's $70 or even $80? God damn it, Vince. Yeah, I probably might still buy it if it's $80. God damn it. Listen. We all have games and franchises that we are victims of. Right, Oshis?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not a victim of anything.
Dude. I'm probably going to get
except maybe BioWare.
Vince is saying, "Boo this man." Listen, we all know our weaknesses. All right, Matt knows that NBA, no matter what happens, he's getting NBA. I know that no matter what happens, I'm getting Football Manager. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm probably still getting it. Apologies to anyone that's offended. Oshis, do you have any thoughts on this, or can we move on?
So I don't know. I haven't played Football Manager in like yonkers, man. I think the last one I played was like around COVID time.
Damn, calling me weak.
So it's been. The thing is, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I just sort of, yeah. I think from the last one, I sort of outgrew it. It was just one of those things. I was like, you know what? It just requires way too much time.
Yes. Yes. You could play like Football Manager. You could play it for 6 hours.
Yeah.
And
I grew up playing this
season and still not have started the season.
People forget like how far back this game goes. This game goes as far back as like when I was still like a teenager or like 12, and we used to play it back then when it was just text based, basically.
Yeah, dude. So, remember when it was just top to bottom?
Yeah.
Like the camera was just on top, and the footballers look like those fucking like the caps for the like Coca-Cola cans or bottles. They look like just bottle caps playing, and with the little ball there. And that was riveting stuff back in the day.
So, I go further back, dude. Like it's when it was the dots on. You just watch the dots and you watch the commentary at the bottom, and the commentary was written. It wasn't even, and then the screen would flash if someone scores a goal. But like there was absolutely.
No, but that's not Championship Manager. That wasn't Football Manager.
Yeah, that was Football Manager.
That was Championship Manager. Yeah, I also played.
But that was also a Sega published game, was it not?
Championship Manager? I don't know. I don't know if Championship Manager.
That was Football. Who publishes Football Manager? Isn't it Sega?
It's Sega, yeah. Championship Manager, I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Who published Championship Manager? Eidos Interactive.
Oh, yes, yeah. That makes sense. Sense. So that was
it's a long time ago, bro.
It was a minute
ago. Yeah. No, you are one of the OGs, bro. You like to pretend like you're not into this whole football thing. Yeah. If you remember Championship Manager, then you were there right at the beginning.
Yeah, like I think this was like back when most people, like it's weird, like what's happened with like FIFA even, Most people
Yeah.
forget how great FIFA games used to be. I still remember 98, 99. The
Ooh,
FIFA
99 was very good.
99, of course, was hyped. I still remember because the faces now could finally move, and they could have like expressions. But the main thing that people have forgotten about like FIFA and what made it so good is the fact that you could actually play like a league, or not a league, but like a season,
Mm-hmm.
as like not just alone but multiplayer. So we could all play like a campaign, but like play it together. And whenever we need to face each other, then our clubs go up against each other, but
You can
not
do
in a
that now.
tournament, but in a full-on like campaign where you can trade
You can do
players
that
together,
now.
and you can do that on a like on, I'm talking not online, like on couch co-op.
Oh, I don't know if you can do it on couch co-op, but
Yeah. So
online, yes.
no. Like back in the day, like there were like four of us, all had teams, and then we all
Yo,
played forever.
Oshas,
What's up?
Raichi, dude. If I was rich, I would hire Raichi. This is not the first time Raichi has put out a comment that was absolute fire. He says Football Manager will do crazy numbers if they replace the official players with waifus. You know that game, the what's it, Masai Mune or whatever, where they replaced race horses with waifus. That game is going crazy. I don't know if you've heard of it. Have you heard of it, Oshas?
Uh-uh.
Hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can't find this game. That game is doing crazy numbers. And all they did was just replace race horses for waifus. I think it's Masai. Huh? Oh yeah, yeah. Uma Musume gameplay. Dude, when I saw this, I was like, this is nothing. Like, there's nothing special about this. But like he said, bro, all you have to do is just put a bunch of waifus doing random ass shit.
Yeah, like on
I think
football
even
Saturday, though.
dude, millions of people are playing, not only playing, but engaging with the microtransactions, and the developers are making tons of cash with this game. Raichi says no royalties needed. Yeah,
I think
that
there's so
you know
much.
what, dude. If I could develop a game, that's what I'd do. I'd figure out a way. I'd figure out a way to make a waifu football manager game, and make sure, and the waifus wouldn't even be dressed like this. I would make it proper thirst trap stuff, proper thirst trap stuff. Let's go. Pick your strikers, your midfielders, your defenders. My guy, put some anime shit. Ushers, they have powers in the race. The girls have powers, like on some anime shit. They have some powers, and then they'll like speed up and
What is the point? I don't understand. Like, what do you do in this game?
eh, dude, you train. Can't you see the options here? You have your inventory, your profile, your trophy room for the times that you win. You have friends, your archive. There's fucking comics.
Okay, this is interesting. Like, but I suppose, yeah, like I think the West is losing out on the waifu whatchamacallit craze, because
Yeah,
Western devs, like they just they never tried. Well, I suppose back in the day they were doing stuff like that back in the 90s, but yeah, they're really losing out. They're leaving money on the table by not getting in on the waifu craze.
it's out of control, bro. It is out of control. So after that little thing there, you can give her gifts. You can train them. You can tell them to go running.
Yeah.
Ah, they develop like a character in an anime.
But that's like I always say that all those mechanics. Imagine if you put those mechanics in an actual game. I feel that those are the mechanics that are lacking in a lot of games. Like you could really, really go or do a lot if you actually added all those like waifu type gameplay mechanics in a full on, like, let's say RPG. It would
Yeah,
really
yeah.
develop the sort of like relationship system. I really feel that like there's very few games that have really doubled down on that, or tried to sort of like take advantage of that. The closest one, I think, the most realistic one that has like a waifu simulator built in is Cyberpunk 2077. But even them, they dropped the
Cyberpunk
ball
is
with the
waifu simulator.
I mean, like, you could literally have like, like with you can date one of the three. Well, between what is it, Panem and then she calls
That's
you
not a
like,
waifu simulator. Based off of that, what's it? Mass Effect is a waifu simulator. No, no, that's not a waifu simulator.
no, but I mean, like, it has those elements more than most other games do. But like, because of the fact that in most other games, when you have a romance, you just get to talk to that NPC whenever you see them. Judy actually sends you messages like all the time, and then you have to go check in on her. It's like you actually have a pair or a relationship with this character, and you have to constantly do things for her, get her gifts, all that type of stuff. So I feel that like a lot of games there's a lot of potential to expand that and make that like a full on mechanic within the game on its own. And I feel that very few games are actually taking advantage of that.
True. And considering like artificial intelligence, I think it's something that can be easily implemented.
Yeah, with
and even
AI.
and even make like one-time story stuff or relationship stuff that you even if you replayed the game, you wouldn't have the same outcomes or the same interactions.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking as well.
Oshes, your phone again. Your phone. 4GQ TV. Carlo, welcome. Says football manager. Let's go Eagles. Okay. All right. Eagles cheerleader waifus with powers. I'm telling you, take whatever you want, put a waifu in it with big tits, and you're done. You're done. You're gonna win. Richie says Leonila Messia. Yeah, that's your striker.
I remember, what's this game? My favorite fighting game of all time. Def Jam had a little bit of like a waifu mini game thing where
Really?
you could choose yes, Def Jam, the fight for New York. I think even the first one had, but like basically you could choose like Lil Kim, Kimora Lee, and a couple of some other R&B singer as a wifey there in the game. So again, even there, the mechanics were similar, but the only difference is once you've chosen one, then she can also be one of your fighters, and then you can fight all the other females in the game.
I don't know who put it in devs' heads that sex doesn't exist. I don't know who put it there.
But look at what Ty is saying.
Because the problem with the West and waifu is at some point they realize you don't need waifus or sex to sell games. Minecraft, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Elder Scrolls, Witcher, etc. That's the thing. You don't need it.
Exactly.
But
tell him.
If you sprinkle just a little bit.
Yes.
Just I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. It's money.
Free money
on the table. It's free money. Dude, it's free money. And we are always talking about it, Oshas. These companies have a fiduciary responsibility to make as much money as possible. So why would you not lean into one of our most primary instincts? I mean, they lean into violence. Why not lean into the other one? I don't get it.
What's so harmful about sex that you guys are so afraid of it, eh? Or sexy characters, specifically. I don't understand.
But speaking of waifus, let's go to a waifu that's a friend of the channel. I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. Cassie's not a waifu. I'm joking.
How could you say that about Cass?
She's the goon queen. She's not. She brought up something interesting. Oshas, if you feel like this topic's a little too hot to handle, you can back away. No
Why would
problem.
you say that?
All right. TSWS believes in consent. All right. Here we go.
Why are
It's
you
here.
giving me a disclaimer?
Listen to what she has to say. Listen to
Well,
what she has to say.
okay.
But it's getting draining. This is over 50% of my games these days. Banning these types of people only goes so far. The reason I'm tweeting this is because I just want to ask the decent guys out there, the good guys. the ones who finish last. That's who she's asking for help. The ones that she won't give to.
Oh my God.
Huh?
That's who she's asking. That's literally what it is. Yo, the chicks that be acting like they so tough, they always need the help of dudes that they would never give it up to begin with.
Yeah, she's right.
This is. This is why they call her the Goon Queen. This is why they call
But
her.
what
the
is she
Goon
talking
And
about?
I'm
What
just
is she
being
talking about?
Some streamer, female streamer, was bitching about something, and Cassie is calling her out on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
real with my bro. I'm just being real. Let me know if I'm wrong. Tell me the conversation if I'm wrong. Because y'all can be mad at what I'm saying, but you know this shit is true. So please, if you see a girl getting harassed like this in your Face-It lobbies, please say something.
Dude, listen to her voice. Nah, Cassie, she's being mean, yeah. There's a bit much.
It won't always stop them, but it made me feel a little better knowing that at least one of the guys on the team also realized how fucked this type of behavior is. So she wants, basically, she wants you to volunteer to be the new target of people that's talking in your lobby. Dude, this gaming is where feminism goes to die. What happened to the women that's like, oh,
I don't think gaming is where feminism goes to die.
She's like the anti-Tai.
Who's the anti-Tai?
Cassie.
That's why we love her.
Like reverse Tai.
That's why we love her on TSWS. But I do disagree with her. No, gaming is not where feminism goes to die. Gaming is where madness goes to die. Like anything that would not stand up in real life, you can try. It might float for a bit in gaming, but like a shit in the toilet, it'll sink eventually. So maybe in that sense, that's where that's how feminism goes to die. But I think there is space for feminism in gaming. It's just that
Absolutely.
as soon as it gets out of control, gaming, I don't know what it is about our community, but gaming, we have a self-correcting thing in our community that it's like as soon as you go crazy with whatever it is that you're doing, someone's gonna knock you down a peg. Someone's gonna knock you right back into the box where you're supposed to chill in, and everything's gonna be fine. Go ahead, Oshas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, like there's the crappy thing about about big companies sort of like absorbing these like your Anita Sarkeesian's messaging into their games is that it really harms the actual sort of like space or desire to have such experiences or games out there. I think there's a huge space for those games in like your double A, like your smaller games, like games that are like who does it very well, Erna Perna. Erna Perna is some of the most relatable games, and like I could see, like if I had a daughter or a wife, whatever, I would actually say, like, you know what, I recommend you go and play this game. It deals with like relationships between mothers and daughters. Like that's the one thing I loved about Game Pass as well, is the fact that like games, like I went through all those Erna Perna games, and they were so unique and different experiences. But the problem is when big companies try to do that with like Sony budgets of like 200 million, then that's where you get all the backlash. And as a result of that backlash, what happens is then you get like a situation where everybody just perceives anything that has some feminism in it or representation as woke, which
Yeah.
to me
Or
is
bad.
overcorrecting.
Forget
Or
big.
bad, yeah,
Bad.
absolutely.
Just bad.
It's overcorrection that we don't need.
But that's how you get the balance, Oshas. When you go from this extreme, the only way for you to go from this extreme to balance is that this side needs to also go extreme. It's like the law of physics, right? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So there was an extreme to the left. If the right is just a little bit of a correction, then you're not going to get the balance. The only way to get the balance is if an equal level of extreme is applied. It's unfortunate, but it is the reality. Yes, yes, Vincent Vega. It is about the chick from CS2. Let's finish this video.
Oh, anything you could do, I could do better. What happened to those bitches? What happened to all the tough girl talk on how, women don't need no man?
Listen, guys. Carl Classic Cage is out here preaching. He's out here preaching.
Amen.
And women, women could do it just as good as men can,
or even better. That's what I heard. I heard women do it better.
Girls get it done
better. That's what I heard.
Or better, or like women are women could replace men. What happened to all that? She wants you to volunteer to throw yourself into the bullet storm. And honestly, dudes that do this, y'all a bunch of simps if you do it.
Like this merits actual applause, not even digital applause, actual applause.
Yeah.
Simps are a problem, but you know what? It is what it is.
Y'all really are a bunch of simps.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say simps are a problem, but they are also a solution to many people's financial. Like the amount, the amount of millionaires that the simp economy has created, like nonsense.
Damn. The simps are a necessary evil.
It's called the simp economy.
Is that where we're at right now? The simps are a necessary evil. Okay. Speaking of simps, Ty, welcome in.
I was like, are you gonna introduce me as a simp? Was that for me? Speaking of simps, I'm thinking who's coming on the panel?
I'm sorry. Dude, it was right there. It was right there. Like I had to do it, man. I'm sorry. Apologies. I had to do it to you. sorry, Ty. No, you're not a simp. It was just it was there. The timing was just perfect, dude. Like we're talking about Sims and then you rocked up. Like I could not take the chance. I'm sorry.
Like a Sim genie.
Ray Cheese says, "Welcome to the Simpire." God, you know what, Ty? Yes, you are a corporate simp.
Yeah, I'm a corporate simp. Hold on a sec.
You can't beat those ones. Definitely compose simp this one.
Oh shit. Oh goodness. Let's wait for him to get his stuff. Lies, we've seen the green dildos. Vince, relax. No one's watching the WNBA anymore. As soon as they banned the dildos, the viewership just tanked. It was terrible. They should have let the dildos fly. The WNBA would be making money right now.
If I could make I could apply the same logic to the WNBA. And they would make money. They would print money. Have you seen the lingerie football league?
Listen, what I will say is I've seen it. I don't want to go beyond that. But go ahead, make your point, brother.
It's like just tweak the man. Imagine them playing in like
You don't even have to say. You don't even have to say it. Like
all I'm saying is
I
instead
know
of
what you're saying. Everyone in the chat knows what you're saying. Like you don't even have to say it, bro.
I'm just saying
Everyone
instead
already
of Nike
knows.
get jockey to stream to
I
the,
would have
the
subscribed. I would have subscribed to the WNBA streaming site if they did that.
yeah, if they just have
No,
like
you wouldn't have subscribed.
of course we would have.
The reason why you wouldn't have subscribed is because the
Why?
truth is, you boys like maybe not ushers, but you guys actually like sports. You like the artistry and the competitiveness of sports. So the fact that someone's taking off their clothes, if it's trash, it's trash. Who cares, right?
Okay, I'd have watched 1 or 2 games, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you watch 1 or 2 games, yeah, because it's a gimmick. It's 1 or 2 games is cool, and then you're like, okay, cool. Like for example, there's like, I mean, there you could find American football females. I think it's called lingerie American football. I mean,
Yes,
no one watches that shit.
XFL.
Except for
yeah.
like, yeah, you watch it once or twice, and then you.
Don't ask me how I know that name by heart. Move on, time.
I
Okay,
bet you it makes more money than the WNBA.
We're not. Let's not. Ty, finish your point. Finish your point, then tell
No,
us how you are and what you've been playing.
Well, my point is just really, no, it's not going
Well,
to do better because I think people generally want to see people play sports, basketball.
Yeah.
We don't care about if it's woman or man. We just care about the story behind it and the skill.
It has to be good.
It has to be good. It has to be good, interesting.
That's why when Caitlin Clark was announced, there was a whole bunch of haters talking about, oh, she's not the whole league. Oh, it's the media propping up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. There's no WNBA player I've ever, not one. I've never seen one WNBA player like compilations, right? And be like, you know what? I think I should watch a WNBA game. Never, not once. And I'm sure it's the same thing for you, Ty, and the same thing for you, Oshers. That's never happened to you guys. But if
No,
you guys
it's never happened.
If you've seen the highlights for Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you felt a little tingling. That's like, you know what? Maybe I won't watch the whole season, but let me watch one game.
I think a part that a lot of people miss, and I was recently told this by a friend. We were speaking about it, and I think he made a really good point. He says that a lot of people miss the fact that it's the story that actually gets you watching. It's the narrative. It's not this actual skill. For example, right? If you see Undertaker is going to go against a Rey Mysterio, it's not because
the skill's still important. The skill's still important.
No, I'm not saying the skills are important. I think we undervalue the narrative. For example, the reason why I started watching Barcelona v Real Madrid was because Jose Mourinho went to Real Madrid, and that story of Real Madrid not winning and then trying to take down Barcelona was extremely interesting. The reason why we watched
Portuguese guys versus Pep and his prodigy, and one guy is about pure football, the other guy is about just brute forcing. Yeah, the story is important. But
Leicester City, remember the reason why people were interested with Leicester City is not because they played amazing football, it's because this small team that no one expected to win literally won the Premier League. How do you write that story? Same thing with Dortmund, Bayern Munich, etc., etc. Man United, even when they started off, like using not small kids, using young kids, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham. Everyone thought like, no, these are kids, like these ain't men, and then they end up
winning.
It's that story that makes you want to keep going. I think people we don't really evaluate that. We don't really review and put that into the actual the reasons as to why we actually watch some of these sports.
So like I just want to rebut like Tai's point about like sex doesn't sell sport. That is partially true, but like I mean for because like gaming, Tai, like sports is its hardcore fans, the guys that watch every game, that buy season tickets, and etc. 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 But at the same time, you can't tell me that Cristiano Ronaldo is not a sex symbol that sells underwear, that sells like all this other stuff like cologne and whatever. Same with all these other guys that happen to be athletes. That's part and parcel of the package. It sells you to the casuals as much as it sells you to the core players.
Well, the reason why I'm saying no is because if you ask them United, like when United, we're going all the way back in the past now. When Ronaldo was in United or Real Madrid, the reason why those tickets are selling out is because people want to see Ronaldo. It's not because he's sexy.
Yes, the core fans
I'm
want to
sorry,
see Ronaldo.
Cautious. That is the core thing.
Yes,
If you want to
absolutely. I
go
agree with
further,
that.
if you want to go
However,
further, Zinedine Zidane, not the sexiest man on the planet. The dude was going bald before he was 25.
I'm not saying that.
The original Ronaldo from Brazil with the gap tooth. That dude wasn't pretty. I'm just saying. But you filled out stadiums in Inter Milan, filled out stadiums for Real. No, the sex thing, it's an extra. It's an extra, but it's not the main thing.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
if that's in men's sport.
Yes.
If you look at most, it's like, for instance, somebody made this meme about like OnlyFans. That, like, imagine male OnlyFans model saying, "We wish we want to get paid the same as a female OnlyFans model." And to me, that's the point.
That's dumb.
But that's the point, is that if you go into, like, for instance, anything to do with beauty, anything to do with like attractiveness, whether it's
Are you trying to call me ugly? Cautious. Are you trying to call me ugly?
Look,
is that what you're trying to do right now? On my show.
I'm gonna lose it.
I'm kicking this motherfucker out. I'm kicking him out. All right, but let's finish this video. Ty, were you listening to the earlier parts of this video from
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
from
I was.
Cage? Do you have any thoughts?
I don't want to rain on the parade because I think like these videos, they're true and they're just not true.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. The reason they're true and they're just not true because everything she's saying is correct. There are, women and men as well who act a particular way and then demand certain things. This is 100% true. My only response would be you need to target the specific person who's been hypocritical. Because I know women out there who they'll say these things, but they are still what you would probably call your traditional woman, right? I know women who want guys to open the doors for them. I want them to take care of them. I want the man to lead and all these things. I know women who don't. And then I feel like we conflate these two women's together. Like I know, like I have a colleague. She's like, not a colleague. I know a girl. She's from South Africa, and she's working in the Netherlands. And she was saying how like one of the guys always used to compliment her every time, like, "Oh, nice hair," or "You look good today," whatever it is. And then he just stopped all of a sudden. And then she, at some point, she actually inquired and she pulled him up like, "Yo, like,
what's your problem?
Where are my compliments, bro?"
Damn,
and
like
he just said like
he owes her.
Yeah, and she just kind of said like, "Oh, I got in trouble," and she was like, "What do you mean?" Turns out he said the same thing to another girl. She went to HR, and then he got in trouble. And obviously, that girl was all cool, like, "Yeah, don't be complimenting me." But this other chick was like, "Bro, no, I want this thing. I want you to say these things." So I think the thing is, whenever we see some women complain about some of these things, we can't just say, "Oh, well, all women say these things." No, they don't. There are differences. So did this specific woman, did she say these things? If she didn't say these things, then it's almost irrelevant.
But to your point, Ty, to your point about how this guy kind of pivoted his general behavior towards all women, we as human beings, and specifically in this case or this example you've given, all men have the obligation and responsibility to see what the fuck's happening and be triple careful. Don't be smiling at no women, dude. Don't do it. Not at work. Not at work.
It's the reality we live in now.
Not even at school. You might get suspended. You won't get that degree. Don't be doing it.
I agree. But I think the question is, what's the alternative?
What do you mean, what's the alternative?
I think the way things are now, I used to experience them.
Unless it's your female supervisor. Pretend there's no one in front of you. I'm not saying barge over her and step over her. I'm just saying walk right past. That's all I'm saying.
That's an extremist response.
Are you dude, are you worried about today and how random people, especially if you're in university, if you're in school, are you worried about what random ass people in your university are going to say about you that you will never ever speak to after you graduate? I'm an adult. I've graduated. I know this. You can ask whoever you want, whoever got a degree. 90% of people that left university do not converse with and interact with the majority of the people that they interacted with at university. Fuck them.
What are you
My
talking
brother,
about?
my son in Christ, get your degree and run. And when you get to work, don't be talking to no women. Do you want to keep that? Do you want to keep that job or not? Do you want the job or not? Ocean says I'm being an extremist. Ty, you think I'm being extremist? Especially considering where you live now with all the CCTV and how just seeing images with no audio can be misconstrued.
What I
Tell
think,
me if I'm being an extremist.
I don't know about extremists per se. I'm not too sure what you were trying to allude to, but I guess let me try to round this up. The previous way before, you could make someone feel uncomfortable. Your colleague, in work, in university, whatever it is, yeah. And the question is, when you're in work, your goal shouldn't be make someone feel uncomfortable. Your goal shouldn't be to hook up. I think this is where men need to be more tactful. If you don't just ignore your colleagues, treat your colleagues like your colleagues. You can always talk to your colleagues about anything, like, hey, what's up, whatever it is. And then as you're speaking, you can kind of gauge, and this is where you just need to have emotional intelligence. You can kind of gauge the kind of person you're talking to, and then you can start, trying new things. This guy, my South African friend, he just said it to her, and she was okay with it. However, the other girl just doesn't know him, so she's like, "I'm okay with it." Like, bro, you don't know me like that. It's kind of like, I'll give you another example. Like, one of my friends, she told me like, "Yo, the N word." Um, I know some black people, and they said I can say it, but I don't know if it's okay for me to say it. They said,
Wait, is she white?
Yeah, she's white. But they meant like, she can say it like, in the context where, like, maybe in a song, or if she's saying
No,
like whatever it
there's
is.
no context.
And I
There's
think
no
that
context.
and this is my point, because you're saying no, but others might be like, yeah, whatever, and someone else might be like, no, someone else might be like, yeah.
Why? Like, it's
You
just
think
a
it's
word.
whatever, Oceans?
Yeah, it's a word, bro.
So this is my perfect point.
What about kafir? What about kafir, Oceans?
That's fine. It's just a word as well. Like, why do I
what's
care?
hanging away now?
Okay, so
I'm not
this
religious.
story
Finish
right
your
here
point.
is this is my
Finish your
point.
point. We need to
My
get
point
back
is,
to
people who have
South
different
Africa.
opinions. So what I told her is like, listen, you better just
safe.
err on the side of caution. Just don't say it.
Exactly.
However, if you're close with someone and they think you can say, or they want you to say it, you can say it to them. If you guys are, in your house together, you're doing whatever it is that your boy, you can say it. But just be careful that saying it out loud in public, there
Yes,
might
I
be some people who might get triggered. So same thing with the approaching of women. You can't just go up and just talk to
Yeah,
anyone
I
the way
agree.
you want.
I agree.
You have to pick and choose.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think yes. But the flip side of this whole thing, of this conversation, is that, when we grew up, there was a lot of unspoken rules on courting and meeting people, etc., etc. But if I look at what we're trending towards, where literally video games are like the main thing that young boys in the West are sort of like turning to, over to talking to other young people, including women. If you look at the indexes, like when they like, do, I don't know how they do these surveys or whatever, or get this information, but they smoke less, they drink less, and they have way less sex than any generation before them. Which you would think, with so much access today, that they
This
would
video's
actually be,
monetized.
higher. Like, they would actually, because of the fact that the world is so connected, they would be meeting more people and having more sex, inverted commas, or hooking up, I suppose is the better word. But to me, there's a problem when you discourage human, like, interaction, where, like, how do you meet people? How do you, like, they need, like, the thing I worry about the kids today is that all those rules are being redefined, but no one is telling them what to do.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I remember people being worried for our generation because we had the internet showing up and all that other stuff. They'll be fine. Don't worry. And even if they're not, it's not our problem.
These are the people that ruined your spaces, and my space too, mind you, because I'm one of the ones, I was always shit slinging. All right, people talk smack
At least she owns it.
to me. I was always talking smack back. I don't care. But these are the very people that ruined y'all spaces, and now literally you have nowhere to go to just be genuine gamers anymore. Like, she's just talking about how these dudes get reported. She's reporting them.
This 4chan post will give you back pain.
All right.
Hey guys, I got this PS1 for my grandpa.
Jeez. All right.
But it's
so her
getting
last
draining.
point-
This is over.
Her last point on simps. Can we all agree that simps are not a good thing? Ty,
Agreed.
Oshes.
It depends who you ask.
Oh God.
I
Of
don't
course
think,
Oshes would defend fucking simps, bro. Of
like, I
course.
mean, I think OnlyFans model, like, they would tell you that their whole, they worship at the altar of simps because simps have made so many multimillionaires.
Yeah,
in that
dude.
industry.
I'm talking to you. Unless you're an OnlyFans model that's been making money off simps, Oshes. In your opinion, simps.
Nah, dude. Like, I mean, I might
Megan.
want to start a goon empire one day, and I'll need simps. So who knows? No, they're not a bad thing. Leave the simps alone. Let the simps exist.
Vince says simps pay these influencers. Okay, all right. Let's move on.
I might need to make money off the simp economy one day.
Game of Thrones, X-Men star Sophie Turner confirmed to play Lara Croft in Amazon's Tomb Raider series. This is the picture IGN chose to put on there. It's a choice. It's definitely a choice.
Is that IGN?
It's IGN. Ty, what are your thoughts on Sophie Turner being the next Lara Croft?
I was never particularly crazy or a big fan of her, so I can't really say that I'm like pleased with the casting. And yeah, I would have went for someone else, to be honest. I'm not particularly crazy about it. I do think IGN did a good.
Who do you think would have been better?
I have to think about it. It's just she was the last person who comes to my mind. To be honest with you, I mean, even for X-Men, like when she was cast as like as Jean.
Oh,
in
Jean Grey. Yeah.
I was like, I'm just not really a big fan of her, to be honest.
She
But I'm
was
not
the
trying
new
to tell her.
hottest because of Game of Thrones, right?
Sorry, yeah, she blew up because of Game of Thrones, and she's she's a good actor. It's like an actor, like in Game of Thrones, she did a really great job in terms of character development. Like she was fantastic. But yeah, I think it could work out. Yeah, it could be good. I'm just not. If you ask me like, am I sexually attracted to this person? The answer is no.
No,
right. That's not where I was going. I just wanted to know if you think.
I know how you gooners are, Joe. Shut up.
Oh,
that's what
stop it! It's not all about that. Yes, Dark Phoenix was rough. Oshes, what are your thoughts on Sophie Turner being the next Tomb Raider? You think she can pull it off?
I like Sophie Turner, bro. Like I liked her in Game of Thrones. I can't remember in anything else. Like I never watched that X-Men movie where she played the Phoenix or Jean Grey. I like her, but I hope. Yeah, like that's what everybody has said. I hope though, she gets into shape. ? And the reason I say that is that, like, look, it might work for her. It might be like a Gal Gadot situation where she just puts on the costume and she looks good in it. And even if you are not convinced before, you get it. The one thing I like about the fact that they chose her is that, to Taya's point, is that at least she's a good actress as well. And she's got, I think she's got enough sex appeal to draw the right sort of audience.
They should have got Sydney Sweeney.
I
don't think she can pull off the British accent. That would have been the problem. I don't think Sweeney has the acting chops to do that.
I know exactly who they should have gotten. Haley Atwell. Haley Atwell would be perfect.
Haley,
female Captain America.
Oh,
female Captain America crushed it, bro. Like I don't know how no one thought that.
Yes,
Haley Atwell. You can even Google Haley Atwell.
No, bro. No. She's like 43. No way,
bro.
I don't care, bro.
Don't be an ageist,
dude. Gina Carano, when she first did the role for what's it called for The Mandalorian. I don't know. I know she wasn't young.
Yeah,
but
I think that the point here is like if you want to start a new franchise, you're generally gonna go for somebody in their late 20s or 30s because that just gives you legs. If you're gonna do Lara Croft with Haley Atwell, I don't know. It feels like you're doing an older version of Lara Croft.
Yeah, then you can do a younger version later. It's fine.
It's
Yeah, but
fine. We
like,
can do like a reboot after.
And why?
After
And then, like,
he
Ray,
has
can I
built
ask
the
you a
rest of the
question?
series.
Can I ask you a
mhm.
question? Why is this an issue when, like, specifically in this situation because it's a woman, but it's not an issue, for instance, who the freaking hell plays. A 43-year-old can play Indiana Jones. You don't need a 20-year something year old to play Indiana Jones. But when we're talking about the female Indiana Jones, it has to be automatically a young female.
Do you know what? Like, I think you raise a good point there, and you're right. So like, I can kind of walk it back a little bit because I don't think age actually does really matter. The only reason I'm actually looking at it just from a strategic point of view, the reason why the next James Bond is going to be someone in their 30s is because they want you to be part of the franchise. They don't need somebody in their
Yeah.
50s getting a bit tired and they can't do
And that's
action scenes
expensive
anymore.
also.
So like, if you're
Right.
gonna do Tomb Raider, like, and it's a reboot, then you might as well just get somebody who's like young, especially like, and also when I think about Lara Croft, I think of somebody who's young. I suppose I think of somebody in like in their maybe late 20s or 30s. I don't even think of people like in their 40s. So I'm not tripping. You know, she can get it, but I just don't see
She's
why they would go.
29, so that's good.
But see, I just don't see why they would go for Haley Atwell, who's like in her 40s already.
Right now, I'm kind of lukewarm. But listen, if Haley Atwell was if she was Tomb Raider, dude, I'm speechless. If she was Tomb Raider, I'd genuinely be excited. Like I'm not sure about the script or whatever, but let's see. But I'm interested. Right now, I'm kind of like, we'll see. Whatever.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm actually gonna walk it back. Like, yeah, I think she'll be good. Yeah, I think she'll be good. It's just I just don't know why you would pick her when you can go for someone younger. I suppose.
Yeah, so I agree with you, Tai. Like, the problem is we live in the age of the franchise. So
yeah,
immediately when you're hiring someone, you're hiring them with an outlook of 10 movies, which is such a stupid thing. But if you said to me she just has to, maybe she'll play the older version of this character for a season and then you want to recast or do something else, then that makes sense to me. Or maybe she's going to do 3 seasons and then after that it's done.
Bromain, relax your shoulders.
So
try to relax your shoulders, Bromain, fifth floor. Relax. Another thing to add to your point, Oshas, this business of, it has to be someone young because we want like a 10-year thing or whatever. How many young people have been cast for certain shows and franchises, and then it bombed?
Exactly.
Dude, stop it. Just stop it. Do it properly. And if it turns into a franchise, you'll figure it out after. That's what Marvel do these days, right? They're shooting movies. The movie that they're making right now, the big movie with Robert Downey Jr., etc. Apparently, they haven't even finished the script, but they're already shooting the scenes. Script's not done yet, but here we are. Oh no, you have to pick an actor that can last 10 years. No, that doesn't matter.
But you see, the reason why that makes sense to me is because you're gonna end up with a potential Henry Cavill situation, or where your main person says, "I don't want to do this anymore," and as soon as they say that, like, it's gonna affect the fan base.
Cavill didn't not want to do it anymore.
Well, he did.
He wanted to do it. The issue with Henry Cavill was that James Gunn didn't want him.
Yeah, no, James Gunn basically fired the
Cavill.
No. I meant with The Witcher, for example, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with The Witcher.
But then that's another issue. With the issue again, the issue was not the actor. The issue was you have people writing the show, directing the show, don't give a fuck about source material. What are you doing?
That's not really my argument here. Well, I get what you're saying, but my thing is this, right? Regardless if it's you don't like the source material, I'm the showrunner, I'm the director, I'm the writer. I've hired you to act. So how about you act? I can't give you a job. I have a 5-season plan. You beg me for this job. I give you the job. And 3 seasons later, you're fighting with me and arguing with me in front of the cast members, saying, I don't want it to be this way. Write it this way. Write it that way. At that point, you're undermining me, and then someone has to go, right? And then you tell me like, well, I'm gonna quit. But now that you've quit, I've now had to recast you, which is gonna affect the show and its ratings. I'm not crazy about that.
You know what? I'm crazy about actors that care about the source material. I don't want an actor that will have the director or the writer say, in this scene, Blade will now resurrect someone with his powers of Black Jesus. And then I don't want an actor that's like, yeah, let's do that. You know what? I love the idea of actors that are like, that's not Blade. Oh yeah, now in this scene, Blade shoots fireballs out of his eyes. Actors like, no, that's not what Blade does. I love the idea of that time. So I guess we'll never agree on this point specifically.
Well, I think I think that the reason why you like the idea of yours is because you like it when it works out well for the product in a better way, right?
No, even if it's bad. No. Even if, dude, for me, I want everything to be true to the source material. When they finally make the Naruto movie, right? I don't want Naruto to be like 20 years old. I don't want that.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying that like if somebody's fighting for the source material, I'm going to support them, and no matter what happens, I'm taking a step back and saying, well, just the notion that someone can just quit, regardless if it's source material or not, because they don't like what's happening, that's what I'm not a fan of. Because let's be very clear, she went to Netflix and she went to the Witcher writer. She got the rights. Like, so at the end of the day, it is what it is. Henry found out that she had the rights or whatever. Then he chased her and begged her to be a part of it, a part of her vision. And at some point, he's trying to take it over and change it to something he wants.
Her vision was to adapt the books. That's why the first season was so well received. But because it was well received, her ego went all the way to her head. And guess what happened? This Sapkowski guy, he doesn't know shit. I can make his story better. Game of Thrones, the twins, I'm forgetting their names, they were fine. The whole thing was a bombastic success right up until the point when they stopped following the books. And guess what happened, Ty?
What things are you talking about?
I'm forgetting the name. The guys that ran the Game of Thrones.
Oh no, but they're not twins though. It's a Benioff and Weiss. Yeah,
whatever. The brothers. Sorry, the brothers. Point is,
they just
fine. Fine. The two guys that ran it.
Yes, Benioff and Weiss.
Thought they were geniuses. No, they were just taking what was in the book and putting it in the show, and it turned out awesome. As soon as they went off script, it went to shit. Witcher, copy and paste, same result. No, Ty. No. The reason people love Naruto is because of the original thing. If someone ever comes in 20 years from now, wants to make Naruto live action, and they don't want to follow the anime beat for beat, I don't care if you're the director, I don't care if you're the script writer, I don't care if you're the main writer, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Because no one's here for your vision, my guy. Everyone is here for the original vision that made Naruto Naruto, for the original vision that made The Witcher, for the original vision that made Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider. So yes, whoever wants to get off the script or get off the show because they're deviating from the source material, I'm with them. And this business of you don't want people that can quit. What are you advocating for, Ty? You don't want people to have the ability to leave like a work environment that they're not happy with.
No. I just think that's great that people can leave. I just think that I understand why a studio like Marvel says, no, you're doing a 5-year deal. I think Keanu Reeves, for example, there was a project that he had to do, and he didn't want to do it. He actually didn't like the script anymore. They were like, you already signed, bruh. Like, you can't fuck up our whole movie just because you don't like what's happening here. And then, he held on to this contract. I guess my point here is that, Henry and the team, if you're going to chase a director and force yourself, like, oh, put me in the show, put me in the movie, whatever it is, I think at that point you got to give them grace and just let them kind of do their vision. If they came to
director. Ty, what if I'm like, Ty, I need you to drop whatever you're doing with your life. I want you to start working with me on TSW as full time. My vision is this, and it's a nice vision. And then like 1 year in, what I promised you, I just turn it like upside down, and I'm doing the complete opposite. Are you telling me that 2 or 3 months in, you do not have the right to be like, yo, what the fuck? I'm out. This is not what we discussed.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I think that conversation it's a complicated one in terms of I get it, I get where Ty is coming from. That like, look, this guy wanted to be part of this project, so when he decides now that like you know what, it's not good enough for him because of whatever reasons, then he just drops us after we committed to. We could have gotten someone else that would have done exactly what we needed. Now our brand is associated with this guy, and all of a sudden he decides he wants to drop out and drop us, and now puts us in a situation where we now literally have to rebrand in the middle of like the third, or what is it, the third season?
No, he didn't leave mid-season. He didn't leave mid-season.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
he did
like
renew
they were
for
planning
the
like
next
5
seasons
seasons.
after that.
I get that, but like,
yeah,
if they were planning to do 5 seasons, he left on the third season when there's still like
Yes.
outstanding stuff that like you know. So
yeah.
I get where he's coming from with that. That like I do feel that like and I don't think it's a coincidence. I love Henry Cavill. I think he's an awesome guy. He's a gamer. He plays freaking Warhammer and he paints those little toys that
He's
those
a
guys do.
PC gamer specifically.
Yeah, no, he's a PC gamer. But like the thing is, what I've seen is that for some reason he's always getting fired or leaving his job. And then he's like in your life, if something keeps reoccurring and you're the common denominator,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like chances are you the problem, you the guy that's the issue. And I think he's a very difficult to work with dude, because
Yeah.
how many projects has he left? Superman,
No, Superman. He didn't leave, and they didn't even give him a chance. They didn't even work together at all.
Yeah,
James
but like
Gunn was
before,
I want a different type of Superman.
yeah, but before the whole drama with The Rock and James Gunn, he actually after who's this Zack Snyder had his own little issue there. He had a fallout with DC. That's why he wasn't in Shazam. If you remember, there's a post-credit
They
scene in
just
Shazam.
had like the bottom right.
100%
from the chest
because he
down.
was fighting with WB at that time. So like he's had so many like fallouts with all these studios that I really do believe that he's a very difficult to work with dude.
Imagine, you know, Netflix biggest show right now. It's one of them is Wednesday, right? You guys have probably heard of it.
Yeah.
And imagine the showrunner, you know, Alfred Go. You know, he has a vision of what he wants the Addams Family adaptation to be like, right?
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, Jenna Ortega is calling him up nonstop, begging him, please let me be the main girl. Please let me be. And he's like, I have other people in mind, you know. And she's begging and begging and begging. And he says, okay, fine. Finally, okay, we'll let you. And then you give her the job. After the first season, or half of the first season, you know she's a bit of a problem. She keeps kind of questioning you and saying, do it this way, do it that way. And you're like, bruh, can you like, you know, shut the fuck up? And then next season she's like, yeah, I'm out of here. Now this popular show has to be rebranded because she's the face of it. And now everyone's
dead,
like,
really.
oh well,
The show is dead.
yeah, and everyone's now saying like, okay, well, I'm not gonna watch it anymore because she's gone. Now you're kind of like, man, she just fucked us over. And the only way for us to keep her is if she then becomes a director. So now she's doing my job. At
All
that
I'm
point,
saying,
can you not see how the showrunner director can be like, you know what? How about you sign this 5-year contract to protect ourselves?
I think Cavill would have been if they'd let him finish. I think all of us would have finished Witcher. I think most people that loved the first and maybe the second season, as soon as that announcement came out, everyone just quit. I remember like they were talking about the viewership dip. It was tragic. It was tragic. Rach says they always make promises when they are weak, but once they get power, they want to control it. Okay. So that's Sophie Turner. Look forward to Tomb Raider. Enjoy. Moving on, Roblox, also known as Pedo Simulator, in my opinion, says all players who communicate in game will need an age check by the end of the year. The platform currently uses a number of techniques to either verify or guess a player's age, including ID age verification, verified parental consent, and facial age estimation technology. A new statement posted by the Chief Safety Officer, Matt Kaufman, states that age estimation will be expanded to all Roblox users who access our on-platform communication features by the end of the year. According to Kaufman, the numerous verification estimation methods provide a more accurate measure of a user's age than simply relying on what someone types in when they create an account. The quote continues with this information. The statement claims that once Roblox has rolled out age checks for all players who use in game communications, it will then be able to implement new systems which prevent adult players from contacting child players. Quote, with this information, we'll also launch new systems designed to limit communication. Limit, not cut off, limit communication between adults and minors unless they know each other in the real world. How the fuck are you guys going to verify that they know each other in the real world? Idiots. The quotes continue. These added layers of protection will help provide users with access to developmentally appropriate features and content. We hope this move sets a standard that other gaming social media communication platforms follow. Shut the fuck up, right? Roblox is not the pioneer of nothing but harboring PDF files. That is all that Roblox leads in. All right? This business of we hope to set standards, shut the fuck up with your dumb ass. The hugely popular user-generated content platform has attracted a largely young audience since exploding in popularity in recent years. However, while this popularity has led to it attracting hundreds of millions of active users per month, it has also led to several safeguarding issues. Last year, multiple reports. All right. This is giving us the breakdown of what we already know. Ty, thoughts on this rubbish?
Man, I feel like I actually don't know. Like I honestly don't know. I feel like I might need to read it again because I'm not. I honestly couldn't tell you.
They've
What's
done nothing.
what's
They've
the
done
age
nothing.
restriction?
The quick rundown. There are a group of YouTubers, right? Like 20 odd YouTubers that for years, Ty, we're talking more than 2 years. I'm talking YouTubers that have tens of thousands of subscribers. They've made their entire platforms catching predators on Roblox. That's the entire platform. Hundreds of YouTubers. That's how they survive. They catch so many predators on Roblox that they're paying rent and bills. Right? That's your premise. Roblox has recently shut down and even sent cease and desist letters to who? You think they sent it to the PDF files themselves that got arrested, that there's video evidence of them getting arrested, or to the creators who worked with the police? Who do you think they sent cease and desist letters to, Ty?
The creators.
They sent it to the creators, saying that the creators were creating an unsafe environment on Roblox by baiting and catching and getting arrested actual predators. Roblox has now lost billions of market share because the company is on the stock exchange. In the last few weeks since this whole thing exploded, now there's a whole court case. The content creators, one of them, I don't know if it's several, but I know at least one of them is suing Roblox. So now, Roblox comes out and says this statement of theirs. They're going to continue to use the software that guesses your age by a random picture that you can send. This in an age of AI, in a time when the UK government, I'm sure you're aware, the UK government is requiring people to use facial recognition to even access certain sites, and people are using pictures of people in the UK Parliament that approved this law to then access these sites, showing just how unsafe and unreliable this technology is, right? In this age, Roblox essentially says they're now going to do that. So there's the rundown.
Okay. It feels like this is probably difficult, and I'm just kind of speaking off the cuff here. To have a platform like this, and to have like that's primarily focused on kids where they interact and they can play games, these things are always gonna happen. However, it seems like Roblox hasn't put in place enough systems in place to protect people as much as they should. So I still don't know if this like age verification is the best thing, the worst thing to do. I feel like I need to kind of look into it a little bit more, because I'm very, very oblivious to these things. Like when I was young, I was able to go on social media platforms, and it was never that deep, right? But it seems like right now in this current age, or maybe these individuals, they now know that this is a really good platform to engage in these kind of activities, and to lure children, etc., etc. So they need to up their game for sure. I think that's what's very clear here. I just don't know what the actual fix is. I don't know what's going to make everyone necessarily happy. Because sometimes with this conversation, what I like to do is ask people, before you even know what they're doing or what they're not doing, tell me what you would do.
I can tell you what I would do.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first thing I would do if I ran Roblox, if I was the owner of Roblox, I would look at all these content creators and be like, all right, motherfuckers, y'all now have jobs. How much do you guys make right now off your YouTubes? Clearly, you guys are passionate about this. Now this is now your new 9 to 5. This is your job now. Here are quotas. Go out and get these motherfuckers. That's the first step I would do. You have dogs that can hunt. They are hunting for free. And instead of patting them on the head, you want to slaughter the dogs. It's madness. So the first thing I would do, I would weaponize these content creators.
I don't.
All of these. Okay.
Yeah. So, on that point though, I don't know if you can really do that. I don't know if you can actively have people in your community going around trying to. It's kind of like, for example, imagine Xbox went around saying, "Okay, in Call of Duty, we're going to have people going around trying to sell drugs to people." Hey, bro, what you doing?
Right.
What you're trying to allude to is called entrapment.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you can do that.
There's a lawyer. There's a lawyer that what's his face? I'm forgetting his name. I think it's Hogue Law or whatever. Explained it on Twitter a couple of months ago. And there's this guy who is a professional at catching predators since the 90s, who also explained the same thing. Entrapment is only valid for law enforcement people. So if you're not a policeman, if you're not a prosecutor, it's not entrapment. That's why these YouTubers have been making a living off of YouTube doing this, because what they do is they honeypot these deranged individuals, these sick, bottom of the barrel, like under the fucking barrel, disgusting human beings, right? They compile all that information. They don't actually do anything themselves. They just take that information, they hand it over, at the nearest police station. The police station takes that information. Guess what? These motherfuckers are getting bundled into police cars. They're going to jail. They're getting sentenced. These YouTubers actually take the time to even show, like, yeah, this guy that we apprehended or that the police apprehended months ago, yeah, 7 years in prison,
Okay.
12 years in prison, etc., etc. It is perfectly legal.
Okay.
So the first
I'm
thing I
not
would do,
very.
hold on, I'm not done. The first thing I would do is hire these motherfuckers to hunt. That's the first thing I would do.
Okay, to that point, then what I'll say, well, wait, hold on, wait. To that point, then I'll say, go for it. I mean, I like if you're saying the outcome is catching these people, then that's a good outcome. So yeah, all good.
Catching, prosecuting, jailing these people. The entire process is legal, Ty. The entire
Yeah.
process is legal.
I'm
I'm
cool
going
with
to
that,
search for the YouTube videos and I'll send it to you.
No, that's fine.
It is-
I'll take your word for it.
It is the most vile thing that the Roblox company is doing right now by willfully trying to sabotage the people that are trying to keep children safe and trying to successfully protecting PDF files. Oshus, go ahead.
So my take on this is just like I'm not very informed as to like even how this whole Roblox platform works. Is this like Minecraft? Like, what's the how does this situation even present itself? Is what I'm trying to understand. Like, how do you find yourself in a situation where a platform is busy attracting PDFs? Like, what's the I don't understand. Like, I'm talking about something I'm completely out of my depth with here.
Yeah, I had to watch like hours long of videos. What I'll just do is just link it to you, man.
Because I know, like with Minecraft, the whole thing where PDFs got involved is through YouTube and YouTube Minecraft creators who were targeting younger kids, and as a result, they started developing like parasocial relationships with these YouTubers, and they would message them and etc. And then that's where that escalated from, is through to streaming service like Twitch and YouTube. So how is this happening on Roblox? Like, what is? I don't even understand what the freaking hell Roblox is, to be honest with you, as a platform. I've never actually put time into it.
It is a weird dude. I also never understood what it was, and then Asmongold decided to play it for an hour, and I was like, oh, I might as well see this. And he was also confused as fuck. But there was a couple of very awkward interactions on the thing, and even Asmongold was like, yo, that was strange.
So my thing is this though: is this platform? Is it an online platform? Is it like a social media / game where kids can interact with strangers?
Dude, there's a whole bunch of games inside of Roblox.
I think it's basically social media Steam for kids.
Yeah, exactly. And the games are like free, but they have lots of microtransactions inside. But there's all types of games. There's racing games, flying games, driving games, shooting games, just games where you stand around and talk shit. It's literally, there's thousands of games on there. And there's new games coming out every single week. Yeah, all I'll say, Ty, is just go to YouTube and type in Roblox pedophiles. That's all you need to do. It'll
This guy. What was the point of you long saying PDFs for like half an hour if you're just gonna go
fuck it, man. Fuck it.
This guy.
It's dude, I'm triggered. I am triggered right now. I'm triggered. Let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about something positive because that was dark. A closed beta test for Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage will take place next week. Do you guys know what Virtua Fighter Revo is?
Pretty sure it's a new Virtua Fighter game, no?
Okay.
It looked pretty good. I mean, Virtua Fighter, I had it before. Good game. Also had Dead or Alive. And I guess it was kind of surprising to see this game kind of just fade away because, Soul Calibur kind of was still there. Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter kind of took over along with the Capcom games and Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, it's good to see Virtua Fighter back. And I hope to see the other ones. Oh, Switch 2. That's pretty good, yeah. Oh, wow.
They actually got
pretty good.
They actually got a dev kit.
You have a dev kit?
No, I said they actually got. Well, I suppose they're Japanese. They actually got a dev kit from Nintendo. Wow.
Yeah, it's probably like next door. It's probably next door.
You saw almost like the whole spiel. There was a whole article about like a lot of developers at what was that show in Germany were complaining about the fact that Nintendo has not given them dev kits yet, or is not giving them access to dev for the Switch 2.
Damn.
And no one really understands why. I don't understand why myself, why they wouldn't do it.
But you remember we had this conversation and I said Nintendo will Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo will Nintendo. I love it. The test will be available on PS5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC and will run for 5 days. The beta will be active during the following times. United States Pacific from September 10th at 8 p.m. until September 15th, 8 p.m. United States Eastern, September 10th, 11 p.m. until September 15th at 11 p.m. And UK British Standard Time, September 11th at 4 a.m. until September 16th at 4 a.m. So you guys going to give this a go? Are you going to try and get in on the beta?
No, not at all.
You can request access by visiting the Steam page for Virtua Fighter 4.
Nah, I'll pass.
Mind telling us why? I mean, it sounded like you were
I don't really play fighting games as much, and if I am going to play them, it's just gonna be Smash Bros or Mortal Kombat. Like Mortal Kombat is probably the only fighting game that I would actually like potentially buy. Street Fighter is a close second, but ultimately I'm not really into fighting games. I feel like some of these genres, like they have their moments in time when they're really popular. Like car racing games, for example. When I was a kid, I even wanted car racing games. I even wanted Tony Hawk games, Guitar Hero. But then these genres kind of like, toned down a little bit, and I think fighting games have. Now, I might be tripping. Fighting games might be selling well more than what they did in the past, but at least like in my friends group who still play games, none of them are buying fighting games anymore.
Was that a Sega Genesis like for the pre-order item there?
What?
The Sega Genesis. I think it might be. I saw it there, but I didn't really read it. So
I think they're giving as a pre-order item. They're giving away like a Sega Genesis. The thing is, like for me, I've never been a Virtua Fighter fan. It's a much more
technical.
They would call it like it is much more. And my thing is like for me the greatest fighting game ever made was Def Jam Vendetta. Sorry, not Vendetta, Def Jam Fight for New York. And since then, I just would love someone to just make a game like that in today's modern engines with all that stuff. The only complaint I had about that game is that the story was too short and the whole game is sort of structured around the story. And it did not have enough game modes compared to, say, like a WWE game. All I want is that. Like, I think the fighting genre is thriving. If you look at how well Street Fighter is doing, if you look at how well Mortal Kombat is doing, all the big fighting game franchises are all doing better than they've ever done.
Yeah.
And Virtua Fighter coming back is a good thing, and hopefully this will get people to start thinking about but unfortunately it's EA, so we're fucked. But I really would love to see Def Jam come back. Even if it's not Def Jam, but just get us an urban fighter that's based in like a gritty American setting.
I don't think we're going to get a Def Jam because of all the copyright issues.
Yeah, that's the issue. But like you could still get an engine and get like an urban setting, like a.
I think the Def people have made like comments about like Def Jam would never work today because of the copyright issues, and I do think that is going to hinder it somewhat. However, I don't think it's going to do as much damage as people think it is. Def Jam, as an idea, it had a lot of new characters that were created, and it also had rappers that were
Absolutely,
obviously
yes.
famous. However, you don't have to make a whole game with everyone in the roster that's a rapper. As long
That's
as
true.
some people
But
have
that's what
urban
Otis was
views,
saying, right? Just take the engine.
So
take the engine and grab some
I have a pitch.
characters. Even and I've always I was supposed to make a video on this some time ago, but like you don't have to make Def Jam a American hip hop game. You can make it into a black game. What I mean by that is like black culture. So no one says you can't put Dave Chappelle in the game. You can't put Chris Rock in the game. You can't put LeBron James in the game. You can't put all these other characters who are affiliated with.
I want Julius Malema in that game. If they don't have Julius Malema and Nelson Mandela, I'm not buying it.
Well, I don't know about those guys now, but even think about
Shaka
like
Zulu. You know Shaka Zulu's in that motherfucker. Come on.
I mean, like British rappers, British actors, get Michael B. Jordan in there as well. And that's and also something else.
The issue, Ty, in my opinion, is that these people would have to sign off, and the whole thing about intellectual property and whatever, it would get expensive very fast.
So I have a pitch for Def Jam. If I was like now, I had to go to. Who's the dude? It's not Strauss Zelnick. Who's the
Andrew Wilson?
Harvard. Yeah, Andrew Wilson. Yes, exactly. He is an android. My pitch is very simple. So basically we built Def Jam. It's going to be primarily a single player experience. And how this is going to work is it's going to basically be built around different gyms, inverted commas. So basically, we're going to start in the single player. There'll be like 10 gyms that you start with. Each gym has unique fighters. You create your own gym and then you have to compete against these gyms. But like each gym has unique different fighters, like the different clubs that you had to go to in the original Def Jam 2. And then you, of course, face off everyone. And then once you beat everyone, there's a central tournament that you all go to. However, as part of the extended online component of this, you include social media influencers like Instagram models, fitness models, and all these other people. All of them in the greater community have gyms that they're part of and that they curate. And then you scan them into the game. And basically, when you're doing the online or like free play online, you can go up against all these gyms. And other players as well build their own gyms. So you'll have a gym, Loc will have a gym, I'll have a gym, and then we'll all compete against each other and the greater internet. The gameplay is the same sort of wrestling / Smash Bros gameplay that you had in Def Jam 2. To me, that's a game that can go on forever, but you can still focus on story. You can focus on customized characters.
As long as there's I think there needs to be a story that kind of brings people together. It could have been something like even like GTA story.
But no famous people, because I'm telling you, as soon as they're putting in these influencers, you think the influencers don't want money the same way Michael B. Jordan wants money for using their face?
But you're not going to have to pay them the same money you would have to pay Michael.
You're still going to have to pay them though. So
No, but the question is how much do you have to pay? Because put it this way, whenever GTA, whatever song goes on GTA, it shoots up the charts. So you could go to a rapper and say, "Listen, this is going to be one of the biggest fighting games ever." You can say no, but we can promise you this: if you say yes, and when we put your song and you're facing this game, your Spotify hits, your Spotify numbers are going to go up for a fact, and that's going to give you more money. If you say no, you're losing something. So I think based on that, there's so many songs that I like till this day. Walk With Me from Joe Budden in Def Jam, Bless, that rapper, Comp, C-O-M-P. These are rappers I would have never known, and I had to go download their songs because it was that good. So I think that there's a way you can do this as well. I think that there was somebody else who said something for Rockstar. I think Rockstar was trying to negotiate with some band like to put their song in the game, and they said no because they were like, you're lowballing us. let's just say when that trailer came out for whatever for Grand Theft Auto, that song
Yeah,
shot up the charts, and at that point you feel stupid because you're like, okay, that's free money right there that we just
that could have been us.
yeah.
That could have been us.
I just think like
There's a hip hop track. I'm forgetting the name, but there is a hip hop track that I heard on GTA that I had to get on my Spotify.
Even the Cyberpunk main track, and the one that they use for the soundtrack. I mean,
Yeah.
like I had to go find that song because I thought it was dope as fuck. Like if they told that dude right there, like, yeah, do it for
To
free,
start off your workout, that track is very
it's
nice.
very very good. Do you guys even know? Remember Vice City, Japanese boy?
he's a Japanese.
Yeah, like that's why I got it from.
Bring all the way back, bro. Jeez.
All the way back, man. So I think you could talk to these rappers and artists and say, hey, listen, I mean, you want 1 million, that ain't gonna happen. But how about we do this? You're gonna get a plus from this. I will give you a little bit of a bonus or here and there.
Because like sorry, the track that you guys are talking about, the Cyberpunk path, track is called the Rebel Path. I think that's what. Are you guys talking about the one that plays when you are in combat? Which one?
No, it's like it's the like the main like
The
sound.
start menu one. Like when you start the game.
It's a guy rapping.
I'll tell you what it is.
It's in one of the trailers. They play sometimes in the actual missions as well. But anyways, I don't mind the gym idea as long as there is a story and conflict and betrayal
Yes.
and all these other parts into it.
Yeah,
So
work.
like the main idea, Tai, would be that whenever if you buy the game, it's going to be a $60, $70 game. If you buy the game, all story content is free. All story updates, which happen seasonally, are free. The main thing is, of course, is you trying to get people engaged in the story so that they can build gyms. The more people join and build gyms, the bigger the ecosystem is. The more the gyms that you can go against, and at the end, everything is building up to where one gym will end up winning the championship that they hold. You can even make it like, because it's WWE adjacent, you can have different belts. So certain gyms hold, yeah. So there's so much you can do with the concept. But my main thing is for the single player gamer, all the content. If you paid $60 for the game, all the story updates are free until the next game comes out. You don't have to pay for that. What you pay for is cosmetics, things to improve your gym, decorate your gym. Like, you remember in Def Jam, you could go to different storefronts. Stores. You could get like all your kits, and then this is where you can bring other businesses in. You could get all your fat farms. You could get all your hip hop. Fubu, yes. You could get all that like awesome gear. You could get haircuts. So you create storefronts that are live, that are always improving. And to me, that is a wasted opportunity for someone for that idea not to have worked. Because all these games, they all get it, but they all miss it. These fighting games. Like Street Fighter kind of gets it, but they always mess it up with these stupid open play type of things that they have that don't go anywhere.
Well, it's unfortunate. EA is not going to give us the opportunity to fix Def Jam.
Yeah.
Next, more good news. Tekken boss Harada says he'd like to show people the 30% complete Tekken X Street Fighter one day. We're going to continue with the fighter theme. Do you guys remember Street Fighter X Tekken?
Yeah.
From in the day. Did you guys enjoy that game? Were you looking forward to the Tekken X Street Fighter? Because for me, my favorite Street Fighter was Street Fighter Alpha plus X. For me, that was the best one, and it just happened to be 3D, right? Obviously, you guys know how I hate 2D fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So when I heard about Street Fighter X Tekken, I was like, fuck it, I'll get it because it's Tekken, but I didn't enjoy it because it's 2D. I felt like I was fighting with one hand behind my back. But everyone back in the day, the 360 days, I remember reading even in magazines in South Africa, they're like, yeah, we have Street Fighter X Tekken. In a couple of years, we're going to have Tekken X Street Fighter, and it never happened. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to one day getting, even if it's just a 30%. Ty,
I'm actually like, why didn't this come out again? I remember, I think it was complicated and it wasn't just panning
Yeah,
out.
there were a bunch of long stories. Like this
there
is
was
the time
issues.
that Capcom was almost broke. Don't forget,
I'm guessing
Capcom
the article.
was facing bankruptcy. They were literally at the brink of bankruptcy when this whole thing was happening. So there was a lot of stuff happening at that time. I can't remember exactly the reasons.
I'm sure the article has something. Hold on, let me check it. The crossover fighting game was announced 15 years ago at 2010 San Diego Comic Con alongside a second crossover fighting game called Street Fighter X Tekken. The idea was that Street Fighter X Tekken would be developed by Capcom and would play like a Street Fighter game, while Tekken X Street Fighter will be developed by Bandai Namco and will play like a Tekken game. While Street Fighter X Tekken was released by Capcom in 2012, Tekken X Street Fighter has still yet to see the light of day, with Harada saying back in 2016 the development was on hold. In an interview, in a new interview with Destructor, so there wasn't any complication. Harada and Bandai Namco were just incompetent. Okay. In a new interview with Destructoid, Harada was asked about the game's status again and noted he would like to be able to show fans how far the game got. So they've abandoned the game. Quote, it's hard to say if that's even a thing, he said via a translator, so it's not 100%. I mean, it depends on what people are wanting as well. That said, I would like to show people what we already have. That would be cool if we could do that. We were 30% into development, so fingers crossed. Harada discussed Tekken X Street Fighter interview video in 2021, where the official subtitles appeared to suggest he said the project died. But Harada later clarified the situation, saying the subtitles had been translated and should have been paused or pending state, rather than suggesting it had stopped entirely. Quote, we are still hopeful that Tekken X Street Fighter will resume development with the opportunity when the opportunity arises, Harada explained at the time. However, such a title cannot be moved just for the convenience of one company in terms of marketing and branding. It also affects each other's development resources. For now, we're just waiting for the right opportunity. This mother.
Yeah, so
So
he
it's still
mentioned
coming.
in the past that
So it's still coming.
yeah, I think what happened there in the past was that Street Fighter Five was doing well and Tekken was also doing well. So like the actual titles were doing well, and there was a fear that the crossover might, affect the franchises. It might take away from the games. Also, the previous one didn't actually sell well. The one that actually came out. So it was a question of like, do people really want this? Not so much. It might be good for like certain fans, but the truth is, Tekken fans want to play Tekken. Street Fighter fans want to play Street Fighter, and there's certain game mechanics that makes Tekken Tekken and makes Street Fighter Street Fighter. So when you start changing that up, it becomes weird. For example, people put Akuma, they put Akuma into Tekken as a guest character. He broke the game.
He
He
breaks
broke
the
the
game,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
broke
he
it
breaks
straight away, and no one liked it. So it's kind of like, are people really looking for this? Not so much. And then you got to look at the resources as well. Do we want to spend money making this title when we can just easily, make more DLCs for Tekken, make more DLCs for Street Fighter instead? So I just don't think the financial incentive and the demand was there. So when he
I think
says
it's
there'll be a
messed up
special
that we
time
got.
window, I think he's probably serious about that. Like, yeah, there is a window when the game can launch. It's just when.
I think it's horrible that we got Street Fighter X Tekken. We didn't get Tekken X Street Fighter. They should have given us Tekken X Street Fighter and then wait for the Street Fighter X Tekken.
Mm,
They should have done that.
yeah, yeah.
15 years down the line and we're still here sucking our thumbs.
Mm.
Oshis, go ahead.
It's an interesting one. I remember the whole hype around this. And again, like I just feel that whenever you're gonna do an X game, to you guys' point is that like whenever you do Marvel versus Capcom or Injustice versus Mortal Kombat, or the DC versus was it what DC versus Mortal Kombat?
No, I think it was Injustice versus. I think you got it right.
No, it was
Injustice.
DC versus Injustice came after that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and then it became a franchise on its own when WB bought NetherRealm. So there's a market for those games, and because as a result of those games, the Injustice franchise exists, and that game was born out of the DC versus Mortal Kombat IP. So there's definitely a market for this Street Fighter versus Taken. Both companies are doing very well. Bandai Namco is doing very well. I mean, I think they are the main distributor of the Elden Ring games in Japan and maybe the rest of the world. I'm not sure. So a lot of these studios are doing well. Capcom is doing better than they've ever done. They are like on a high. There's no
Oh, yeah.
reason for this game not to come out. They've got nothing to lose. The fighting genre is doing better than it's ever done before. So from a monetary perspective, there's money to be made here. It's just a matter of like I think they should be clever as to how they market it. They should probably make it an event, meaning that it's not just a once-off. We want to do this thing and we want to do it continuously. Um, yeah, so there's potential here. There's a lot of potential here to continue that. The thing that ruined Street Fighter versus Taken was again, Capcom was cash strapped, so it was just marred with microtransactions. That's the one thing I remember that everybody hated about it. Is that it was microtransaction heaven. It was a bunch of bullshit on top of a bunch of bullshit.
It's a whole bunch of rubbish.
Yeah.
Vince says, I rather better be working on Tekken Tag Tournament 3, scrub that 8. Dude, I just opened Steam and the reviews, remember the reviews were mostly negative until a couple of weeks ago. Now they're on mixed. This thing is going up again. I think people are tired of being upset at Tekken 8 and they're back. I think people are back just enjoying the game.
PC gamers are the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I thought we were together, guys, shitting on Tekken. I thought we were together, but it seems they didn't hold the fucking line.
Well, a lot of it has to do with them. A lot of people just underestimate. Sorry, they overestimate their actual value a lot.
They overestimate their value.
They think they assume that they are important and the world revolves around them, and their complaints are what actually is how these corporations move. But the truth is,
the corporate avenger.
They're nothing. They're literally nothing.
The corporate avenger has arrived.
Damn.
They're the same people that'll take credit for Elden Ring doing well, Stardew Blade doing well, all these other games doing well, and when the game does bad, they'll take credit for that as well. Like, yeah, because I didn't like it, that's why it failed. You know, ha 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 ha. Modern audience, blah 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 blah. Like I hate all these people. They absolutely suck. Bitches, moan bags, crybabies, absolute losers.
Wow.
You summoned the corporate avenger. Jeez, man. There you
go. There's about 6,000 people playing it right now as we speak. So it's not Call of Duty numbers, but it's pretty solid. 6,000 people playing a game is pretty solid. I'm not buying that season pass game. Yeah, fair enough, brother. Fair enough. It's your money. I would go a step further. It's your time. Like Velguard's available. I am not spending my time on this planet, my non-refundable time on this planet playing that game. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. There's a sale for Focus Entertainment on Steam, people. What's here? Hold on. What's here? Space Marine 2, Roadcraft. Okay, but these sales, dude, the games are still $40-$50. Come on. Don't need to be more aggressive. Focus Entertainment. Come on, dude. You need to pump those numbers up. Okay, Atomic Heart, $17 for anyone that's interested. SnowRunner is $14. Plague Tale Requiem is $17. Plague Tale Innocence is $7. That's better. Banishers is $19. Oh, it's already in the library. Okay. Do you guys remember Atlas Fallen? Do you remember that game?
I played that. Like, is that I think so? Is that like the one where you do
In the
the dune
desert.
desert surfing? The studio is
Did
not doing bad, by the way. Like, it's the same
you
studio
finish it?
that. No, like I was look. It was interesting enough. But I just sort of had other better. There were better games out at the time. But
Yeah.
I know that it's made by the same people that are making what Lord of the Fallen. So the studio is doing well. Good for them.
Yeah. Evil West is going for $13, and Blacktail is
Mm.
going for $8. So if you're on Steam, check out the Focus Entertainment sale going up until the 15th. It's looking pretty good after you pass like Warhammer, because Warhammer is still kind of pricey. It's still pricey. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this week's episode of Everything Plus Gaming on TSWS Gaming. Mr. Tai, please plug your channel, tell people where they can find you, what you're up to, etc.
Um, Taya is. I put on Club Obscura last night just to kind of see if I could actually get it, working, like streaming it to my phone from the Razer app, and it was working pretty
Mhm.
well. It's pretty good. I think what they need to do for these kind of streaming devices is just let them know like it's a handheld mode, and then increase the subtitles, the button prompts, etc. So anyway, now that that's set up, I'm considering playing Club Obscura again. Bedtime kind of gaming.
Yep.
Apart in terms of content, nothing really. I've had a very busy month, and September's not as busy, but I still have some things to do. So I'm not going to be doing much at the moment. But hopefully, I'll get back to it maybe late September or something like that.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oshus, where can people find you? What are you up to?
So now I'm currently mostly active on Twitter. In
Trolling.
terms of like on YouTube, like dude, like I've gotten a couple of videos that I want to upload, but I'm just procrastinating on fine tuning. I'm not happy with the
As you
quality.
do.
Yeah. But anyways, but like yeah, so Twitter Oz the Wiz or Orshus7, and yeah, YouTube. My channel is Oz the Wiz. And yeah, I'm still part of the Xbox Players SA group, uh, but just as a normal member now. I'm no longer part of the staff
Uh-huh.
because of Xbox. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and of course, I'm always guesting here with Loke.
Of course. Of
Mm.
course. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for smashing the like button. If you're not watching this live, please feel free to smash the like button and share this out. We do appreciate it. Get us out there into the algorithm. We do this every single Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, live on TSWS. So tomorrow it's going to be bull sitting with me, Cozy Beluga, Mad Likes Games, Ham Solo, and Mental 9R. The special guest is going to be Italian Clowns himself, Mr. 4GQTV. Y'all make sure to come through tomorrow. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1600, no, 2200 Central African time. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, Loke, one
And
more thing, no?
what?
So I've been talking to this the corporate Avenger, and
Okay.
yeah, we with I said to him, I suggested to him we do something on Saturdays. So, but we'll see
Okay.
if our schedules meet. I want us to do a versus because we have a lot of nice debates about all
Uh,
these topics, and I think it would be so awesome for us to do that. But that will probably be a channel that I'm hosting, or maybe we'll do it like a thing where I host one and then he hosts one. But yeah, definitely, I really want to start something like that up. I think there's a lot of potential there for good content.
okay. That's cool. That's cool. So we're going to be plugging that as soon as we get that organized. Anyways, y'all have a good one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for bull sitting. Goodbye.
They said we said